Smartphones. When someone thinks about smartphones, they usually think about communication, apps, and getting on the internet. But the harsh reality is that not only are smartphones taking away our necessary face-to-face communication, but they are also becoming an addiction that gets harder and harder to stop each day. Every time we pick up our smartphones, we just add to that addiction. Today, I will be talking about the effects smartphones have on us mentally and physically, privacy issues, and what we can do to help stop it. Smartphones have many negative effects on us both mentally and physically. According to Business Insider, smartphones have been around since 1992. That's 15 years before Apple even came out with its first iPhone. Although when it first debuted, it did not look like it does today. As you can see here, this smartphone came out in 1992. And then this is the first smartphone that came out in 1992. And this is a modern iPhone from 2015. Since 1992, smartphones have been altering the way we sleep, live life, and communicate with others. Smartphones have been altering the way we sleep by emitting a blue light. Blue light disrupts your sleep schedule by making it harder to fall asleep at night. Along with sleeplessness, blue light can also alter how we live our lives. According to Business Insider, with the brain, blue light makes it harder to fall asleep, which in turn can make it harder to remember things and even harder to learn the next day. Over time, your body will start to build up a neurotoxin, which can make it harder to actually get a good night's sleep, even if you aren't on your phone right before you go to bed. When someone's sleep schedule is thrown off, they actually have a higher risk of depression. With the eyes, blue light could damage our retinas. Blue light can also lead to certain types of cancers and risk of obesity. Smartphones affect the way we communicate by making it easier to communicate with people. But with that easy communication comes the fact that instead of talking to each other face to face, we just text. Even if we are in the same room, and even if we're sitting right next to each other. Communication on smartphones give very little when we are faced with something that could determine our future. For example, job or college interviews. We have also dealt with privacy issues on smartphones, since they became big and almost everybody had them. According to The Guardian, even official app stores can suffer problems. Apple has always prided itself on strong security for its apps. Yet, in September, malware infected as many as 4,000 of them in its app store. Dictionary.com says that malware is software that is intended to damage or disable a computer or computer system or take partial control over its operation. According to It Still Works, after malware takes over a computer, hackers can get into it and steal anything from the computer's password to even credit card numbers. Getting a good night's sleep is important, but we cannot if we stay up on our phones, or if we stay up on our phones that always shine blue light. According to Business Insider, Some experts suggest not using our devices for roughly an hour before bed could help us fall asleep faster. This is key to getting a good night's sleep. If you do not get a good night's sleep, it can affect your brain. Remembering and learning are a daily necessity. We can help the effects of blue light on the brain by putting our phones down an hour before we go to sleep. It also leads to cancer and a higher risk of obesity. Just by putting our phones down for a little bit, we can decrease the risk. Smartphones can alter the way we communicate. It makes it easier to talk to someone, but it also takes away the face-to-face communication that our parents and grandparents had. By putting your phone down and talking to someone without your phone, you can build your social skills and communication skills. We have problems with privacy when we use our phones. We can stop hackers from stealing our information by not having any of our important information on our phone, on our smartphones, like our birthday, anything that can be used as a security password, or our credit card numbers. Today, we went over the mental and physical effects of smartphones have on us, privacy issues with smartphones, and what we can do to help the effects and the privacy issues. To help with the effects, all we need to do is put our phones down an hour before we go to sleep. We can keep all of our information safe by keeping it off of our phones. All of these problems can be solved by setting our phones down and being unplugged for a little while.